Hi, I'm Simone Brunner, Director of Barefoot Medicine, and I thought it might be helpful for other therapists to have a bit of insight into why I set up the Juice Plus franchise as part of my therapy business. So if you are a therapist, you'll know that your income is dependent on having face-to-face consultations with your clients. You can have a client come to you in person, and then maybe you are doing some sort of counseling work with them. Maybe it's manual work, like I was an acupuncturist and I did massage therapies. And over time, you find that that can really take its toll on you, because certainly with the massage, I found that my joints were getting sore because I like to do a deep tissue massage. And so that meant that I didn't want to see quite so many people in one day as I had done when I first qualified. And then with acupuncture, that was fantastic until lockdown, and then I wasn't allowed to open my clinic. And if your income is dependent on having one-to-one contact with your patients, you need to have another stream of income. And as a herbalist, I was able to do that for a while. But in 2004, a law changed that made it very difficult for herbalists to practice. And so where I was able to offer ready-made herbal solutions, that decreased because of the change in the law and a lot of the herbal suppliers pulling out of the UK. And so if I could do a herbal diagnosis and then people could have repeat prescriptions from ready-made bottle of, they're called patent remedies, then I would have a little bit of income just by being able to repeat that prescription. But a change in law meant that that was no longer an option. And so that income stream was taken away from me. And although, because I'm a fully qualified herbalist, I could then write a prescription and actually get all the individual ingredients together, that's an awful lot more time consuming. So I found I was still swapping my time for money. So I needed an income stream that wasn't dependent on me being there with my client. And I also wanted something that was going to be health related, because maybe patients couldn't come to me every week or every month, or they would have a gap. Maybe they'd come just at the change of the season, but they needed something to keep on top of their health in between times. And so that's why I decided to incorporate the Juice Plus franchise into my business. Firstly, because it made perfect sense. A lot of the people coming to me with health problems were not eating well, maybe because they couldn't cook, maybe because they were in too much physical pain to be able to go shopping regularly, maybe they had backache and couldn't stand to cook, lots of different reasons. But whatever it was, I found as an acupuncturist, I was limited in what energy I could rejig in their system because they just weren't getting the right nutrition in the first place. And so it made sense then for me to set up the Juice Plus franchise so that I could then sell the fruit, vegetables and berries, encapsulated fruit, veg and berries, to my patients, because they could pay monthly. I could have a residual income each month, just as a percentage of what they were paying. And that would come into my account on the 10th of every month, reliably, even if I didn't have any clients. And suddenly that whole change in the business model meant that if I go on holiday, I can still have an income. If I was ill, which thank goodness I wasn't, but at least having the knowledge that if I was ill, I could still have an income. All of that gave me a lot more peace of mind as a therapist, and it got my clients healthier so that when they did come back to me, they were really making progress, and partly with what I was doing one-to-one and partly with what they were doing in between times. So it was a joint responsibility for the client's health. It worked very well for both of us. And then, of course, that's something that just builds because people like to keep taking it. I personally have been taking Juice Plus for 10 years. So I incorporated that reseller aspect into my business. And you can do that as a therapist. You can do that with many, many products. You know, a lot of people look at Neil's Yard or Tropic. I love Tropic stuff. I use that as well. Again, it's personal use. I haven't built a team, but I still use Tropic personally because I think if you're going to put makeup on, then make it natural. If you wouldn't put it in your mouth, don't put it on your skin. And so, you know, it's all part of what I would decide to incorporate into my business that would complement what I was doing with my clients, but also would allow me to be a role model and say, this is what I do for my health, and I recommend it to you. If you want to follow that recommendation, great. If you don't, then at least you're making an informed choice. I've told you what's available to you, and it's up to you. And so I felt very comfortable with that, and I felt that the Juice Plus franchise complemented my business extremely well. As a healthcare professional, wanting to be taken professionally, the clincher for me really, and the difference between reselling Juice Plus versus other products, was the amount of research that is available. I wonder if... Bear with me 1 minute and I will go and show you how much research there is. Here we are. So this is my folder with all of the... Sorry about the screen. I wanted to blur the background, but it's a bit distracting. But this folder has got all the research in it that's about Juice Plus, professional journals and universities all around the world who have conducted independent randomized controlled trials into Juice Plus products. And so there's a piece of research about pretty much anything you want, whether it's from teenage boys who are diabetic through to stage 4 ovarian cancer survivors, the Austrian military or the Austrian police taking it, and the impact on oxidative stress levels, all sorts. There's all kinds of really interesting research about the benefits of taking Juice Plus capsules. And so what that meant was when I started offering it in my clinic, and I hadn't been taking it myself, I was able to say, here's the research that backs this up. I've only just started taking it. I'm finding good results so far. This is what the research says. It's up to you whether you take it or not. And so that's how I got started. And that was 10 years ago. I'm still taking Juice Plus, but one of the avenues that I could go down and didn't was in building a team. And what held me back was, again, fear of reputational damage, because network marketing had, at the time 10 years ago, such a bad reputation. It was said to be a scam, a pyramid scheme, a Ponzi scheme, overpriced. There were all sorts of things that were said about network marketing. But what was great about that was it reached a point where some very big voices in network marketing, people who'd been very successful because they regarded it as a profession and not just a get-rich-quick scheme, they spoke out. People like Eric Worre, and he said, stop right now. Stop making false claims, stop making false allegations, and let's treat this profession as it is, which is an opportunity for individuals to set up their own business with very minimal outlay and all the logistics taken care of, right down to being paid straight into your bank account, even without having to do any invoicing. This is a chance for the little people, if you like, to make something of themselves. And so don't belittle the profession by making false claims, because you do not need to make false claims. You find a good, reputable product and you use it yourself, you get your own experience, and then you realize you don't need to make false claims. And from that point on, it was much more acceptable. And so for me, I didn't build a team. You know, I've been taking Juice Plus for 10 years, and I didn't build a team because I was focusing on barefoot medicine and working directly with clients. But now, 25 years after running my own clinic, I really feel that it's time for me to take on new team members as part of my business. And so the whole franchise has evolved with me and with my business, but it's definitely something that has complemented my practice as a therapist, and it's definitely something that has benefited my patients. One other quick thing I would say is, as a functional medicine practitioner, I've been able to show people the difference it makes when they do a gut function test or a metabolic test to see what nutrients are missing in their body. Let's use the metabolic test as an example. It's a urine test that you could do at home, and it will come back with details of how much of your nutrients you're getting that can benefit your system. Are you getting the nutrients that you need for all your body functions to happen effectively? And one of the markers in that is whether you're getting enough antioxidants. And the report specifically says fruit and vegetables. Are you getting enough fruit and vegetables? And then it's kind of a traffic light system to indicate whether you are or whether you aren't. And that's where Juice Plus fits in perfectly, because we don't always have time to go shopping or to cook or to do whatever we need to do to get it's not even 5 a day, let's face it, that would not be enough to keep you healthy, especially given that food is not nutrient dense. So the convenience and speed of being able to take Juice Plus capsules every day, knowing that you're getting 30 varieties of it, is enough to give you the fantastic foundation of good health. And then from there, as a functional medicine practitioner, I build on that with my clients, knowing that they've got the right nutrients coming. And then, for example, if I work with children who are autistic, I find that they've got to have higher doses of the right nutrients because their body, for whatever reason, isn't metabolizing it properly. But so long as I know they've got the nutrients coming in and they've got something that's going to benefit the oxidative stress that's going on, then I start to find huge results coming. But without that nutritional foundation, that would definitely not happen. So that's why I've introduced the Juice Plus franchise into my practice as a therapist. And I chose not to build a team for the last 10 years. But so you can do it that way. You can act just as a reseller, or you can build a team and then manage people. And that's what I want to move in now. I think after 25 years of running my own clinic, it's time to kind of share that knowledge with other practitioners. So if you feel that you would like to introduce Juice Plus into your therapy practice, or in fact, if you're just interested in health and well-being anyway, then get in touch with me. We'll have a chat about whether you'd be a good fit for the team. And if you are, then I'd welcome you into the Barefoot Biohackers community, and I will be happy to teach you what I know about healthcare and how you could grow your own business as well, even if you've got no experience.